Veigar is broken. Veigar is just broken now, guys. Yo, what is up? And welcome to another Wildered video. And I knew it. This is too much. The buff to Veigar is too much. And in the beginning part of the video, I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how to build Veigar, because there's multiple builds that you can go for, and each build is good in a certain scenario. But I'm going to make you guys a Veigar master this game, okay? Like, Veigar is just crazy. Like, I just can't believe how strong he is now. You just have to play him correctly. And, you know, some drafts are a bit annoying for him, but again, I'll give you all the tips you need to win the gameplay. Let me first explain to you how to build Veigar exactly. There are timestamps in the description to skip to the gameplay. So, how do you build Veigar? This build right here, the build that I have right here, this is what I like to call the build against enemies that cannot one-shot you. As you know, if you're not against any major assassins, go for this build. This is the strongest Veigar build in the game right now. Ludens Echo, it's simple to build him. Ludens Echo, Rabadon's Deathcap second, third item either a Void Staff or an Infinity Orb. If you're up against a lot of tanks, you go for a Void Staff. If you're up against squishies, you go for the Infinity Orb. And then whatever you need. Whether it's the Green Book, Awakened Souls to the No, Christian's Reflector, Banshee's View is my favorite. I'm actually going to replace it. This is my favorite last item on Veigar because it's so broken in the late game. So this is the build you go against enemies that cannot one-shot you. But let's say you're up against a Katarina, or up against Lee Sin, or up against Annie. You know, these types of champions. If you're up against these types of champions, there is one thing that changes, and it's this one. All right, so the build is practically the same. Like, let me make it exactly the same for you guys. You know, you have the Ludens Echo, Rabadon's Deathcap, Void Staff, and Infinity Orb, but there is one more item that you're going to be building, which is the Archangel Staff, as you can see, the Archangel Staff. Now you may be asking, what the hell is this item gonna do for me if I'm up against squishies? Let me show you what it does. This builds into a Seraph's Embrace in the late game, and when you finish off the Seraph's Embrace, wait for it. When you finish off the Seraph's Embrace, you get a lifeline. Damage that puts you under 35% health, consumes 15% of your current mana, and in the late game you'll have like between 2000 and 2500 mana, so that's gonna be like around 350 health, plus 100, so it's like a shield of 400 health for 2 seconds. This is obviously huge because you're only gonna have like around 2000 HP or even less, probably even less in the late game. And then this one right here, when you have the Seraph's Embrace, it's gonna save your ass against those assassins. Like, if someone nearly one-shots you, Seraph's Embrace has your back. So that is the only change you have. The way that you build it is you start with a Tear of the Goddess. You know, this is gonna delay your power spike, but it's totally worth it because, yeah, you have the Seraph's Embrace. Then you get the Ludens Echo. Then you finish the Archangel Staff. And another thing that it does, it gives you so much ability haste. It gives you 20 ability haste, so you can spam your abilities even more. Essentially, this is even stronger late game. Like, this build right here, this particular build is even stronger in the late game than this build right here. But it takes really long to get good. Like, in the early game, you're useless because you have Tear of Goddess. You're super useless. So that's the risk that you're taking with this. You don't really want to have to build this. And the reason that I'm saying this is because as a Veigar, you don't want to be against enemies that can blow you up, you know, like the Annie or like the, I gave you the examples, Katarina, like the Zed, these types of champions. You don't want to be against them. So if you end up being against them, you know, if you first pick Veigar in a draft and the enemy counters you, then you go for this build and you know, you'll have a better chance at surviving. But otherwise, like, normally you should always go for this build. Like, this is the go-to build. So what runes do you use? First of all, Electrocute. It is incredibly simple to proc the Electrocute on Veigar. Just like, it's so easy. He's a burst champion and it contributes to your one-shot potential. Second rune, you either go for the Gathering Storm or Brutal. Now, you can go for Brutal to get through the early game. Brutal allows you to push waves very fast. So if you're up against Ahri, for example, you can actually choose to go for Brutal instead of a Gathering Storm. And the reason is because you can then actually push the wave fast, because Ahri pushes it super fast, which means she can roam around to your allies. But if you push it just as fast as her, she's going to have a bit of a harder time to roam around. If you want to carry the game, Gathering Storm is the way to go. Of course, it sucks early game. But once you get to the later game, and especially once you get to the 12-minute mark, because at the 3-minute mark it only gives you 4 ability power, at the 6-minute mark it only gives you 10, at the 9-minute mark it gives you 18, but at the 12-minute mark it gives you 28. And at the 15-minute mark it gives you 40. And at the 18-minute mark, guys, it gives you like what, 56 or something. And yes, there is another thing. When you get Rabadon's death cap, this number right here gets increased by another 40%. Huge damage. Like, your damage is going to be amplified by so much in the late game. Like, as I said, before level 12, it's not worth it, but after level 12, it becomes super worth it. Third one, you go for the nullifying orb. Yet again, this makes Veigar stronger as well. Like, on top of the Archangel Staff, you can get the nullifying orb, but if you do go for the Archangel Staff, I actually recommend a different one. I actually recommend Adaptive Carapace. This one is going to be a bit stronger if you have the Seraph's Embrace, because Seraph's Embrace already gives you the shield, so getting a double shield, sure, it's good. If you're up against like assassins, sure, it's good, but it's perhaps a bit of an overkill, you know what I mean? But you have to decide yourself. Do you want like one-time shielding? So is the enemy like a full one-shotting composition? Then you get a nullifying orb on top of the Seraph's Embrace. If that's not the case, if they only have one champion that can one-shot you, then it's much better to go for the Adaptive Carapace plus the Seraph's Embrace. If you don't have a Seraph's Embrace, if you go for the Luden's Echo, Rabadon's Death Cap, blah blah blah, then you 100% of the games have to go for a nullifying orb. This is essentially like a mini Seraph's Embrace. It gives you the shield if someone, goes on you and gets you under that amount of HP. For your fourth rune, you go for Mana Flow Band, so you can spam your abilities more often. You can go for the Sweet Tooth, but Sweet Tooth has gotten nerfed and nerfed and nerfed. It's just not really worth anymore over the Mana Flow Band. Mana Flow Band allows you to spam your abilities more, which gives you more damage and more sustainability. For your spells, you always go for Flash and Ignite. I mean, you can go for Exhaust against assassins, I guess, but the power of Ignite with Veigar is just so good that you really have to go for it. It contributes to your one-shot potential. So that is it. Oh wait, about the boots. You go for Ionian Boots of Lucidity, always. And then for your enchantment, you either go for Proto Belt if you want to have a Proto Belt, if you want to dash, if you want to get close to the enemy and do something, or you go for the Stasis enchant. This one is really, really good against the Zads, the Dianas, the Katarinas, against those types of champions. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. All right, on to the gameplay, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding with you guys. This champion is utterly broken. Like, I would say in every single draft he's an S tier pick, and in certain drafts where it's good, it's an S plus tier pick. Veigar, like beyond crazy strong, crazy strong. He was already strong, but now his Event Horizon, which is the third ability, stuns for longer, and the first ability has a lower cooldown. They lowered the cooldown by 0.5 seconds, so. Just like, okay, let's now talk about how to play Veigar, right? Like, let's just talk about how to play him. So as you can see what I'm doing here, I'm against an Orianna, which is one of the worst matchups that you could possibly have as a Veigar. Champions like the Orianna and the Brand are really annoying to deal with because they outrange you. Like, this Orianna can push me out of this wave very, very easily if she plays it correctly. So I just have to play it very safely. As you can see, all I am doing is trying to get as many stacks as I can. Look, like, I'm really not trying to trade with the Orianna. All I'm doing is just farming the wave. As you can see, nice and simple. This is what you have to do as a Veigar. Just relax in your lane and take the waves. You can see, oh, she got it. Well, I can't even say it. But he got executed in his jungle. Alright. By the way, guys, make sure you give this video a like. Put a comment. Again, I'm not sure if I'm doing a giveaway. Maybe, maybe not. Because my PayPal... Yeah, you guys know the story. But yeah, put a comment under the video. Give the video a like. It helps the channel, blah, blah, blah. And maybe I'm doing a giveaway. Maybe. So as you can see, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. You really don't have to do anything as a Veigar. Like, Veigar is essentially useless up until you get like 50 stacks or something. Then he becomes somewhat okay-ish. But before that, just farm. Like, just try to get as many stacks as you can and farm. However, don't get me wrong. I'm saying Veigar is kinda useless, but you can still rotate to your team. And you're not necessarily rotating to help them get kills. You're kind of rotating, like if you how do I say this? If you can trade kills with the enemy, so like let's say let's say you rotate to your team, which means you're going to be in a 3 versus 2 situation. And let's say you kill both of them, but they also kill 2 of you. So you trade 2 for 2. This is a worthy trade when you're playing Veigar, because sure, the enemy is getting gold and your team is getting the same gold, but you as a Veigar, you get 5 stacks every kill or assist. So when you get 2 kills or assists, you're gonna get 10 more ability power. On top of the gold, you're getting the ability power. So here you can see, like my team is winning this fight, but I'm going anyways, because I wanna get that juicy gold. Oh, there it is. Unfortunately, I was just a tad bit too late to get that assist on Xayah. If I had been here a little earlier, I would have gotten the assist on Xayah too, which would have given me 5 more stacks. But here you can see, I killed the Janna, and now I'm sitting on 28 stacks, which is good. Like, that's a good number to have early on. There is a lot of tips that I have for you guys on how to stack up on Veigar, but I'll tell you that throughout the video, because now we're only early on in the video. So all you really have to do now is farm and look around. If there's free kills, you rotate. But don't try to force fights with Veigar, because as I said, early game he sucks. Like here you can see what I mean. I'm not forcing it. Like I could rotate and make it a 3 versus 3, but I'm not gonna. Because I'm Veigar. I'm really not gonna do much there. So like I don't wanna force a fight. I would much rather stay in my lane, farm up, and get my stacks for free. I don't wanna force a fight, especially if you don't have an ultimate, by the way. Especially if you don't have your ultimate. Early on, you just don't. Only rotate if you can see free kills. Like again, if your team is already winning a team fight, you can rotate and win. Or if your team is really close to winning a team fight, then you can rotate and help them. But if your team is struggling, you're not gonna be the difference. Like you as a Veigar, you are not gonna be the difference, because you're just an early game Veigar. So here you can see, I'm just kind of waiting for a potential free kill. If Echo face checked, I would have killed him. If Orianna face checked, I would have killed her. So here you can see, like, I'm just chilling. You really don't have to force anything. Just lay back, relax, farm up, and if you can get kills, you get kills. But don't force it. It's okay. Even if the enemy gets more kills on opposite lanes, it's okay. Even if your team starts to trash talk you, it's okay. You don't care. You're Veigar. And this is the attitude that you need to have. This is the Nasus attitude. I am really good at Veigar because I'm really good at Nasus. I already know. Ooh, that was an unfortunate timing. I already know the mindset you need to have with this type of champion. You don't give a flying child friendly about your team, and you just farm for yourself. You only rotate if it's to your benefit. You need to play very selfish. The way that you need to upgrade your abilities, by the way, first you fully upgrade your first ability, then you fully upgrade your third ability. I know a lot of people may think, oh my god, I just one-shotted Orianna essentially. I know a lot of people think that fully upgrading the second ability is better, you know, after your first ability, second ability. And I actually see a lot of Veigar players do this, but I'm telling you here that you should not. You should always fully upgrade your third ability after your first ability, because the cooldown gets reduced and the stun duration gets increased. So even though your third ability deals 0 damage, it only, you know, is a wall, it is totally worth upgrading over your second ability. And also, when you upgrade your second ability, you're not getting anything out of it except for flat damage. You don't care about flat damage because you're Veigar. You have scaling damage. So it's just never worth to fully upgrade your second ability over your third ability. Always upgrade your third ability after your first ability. And there the enemy Echo had a pretty nice kill. And you can see in this game, I actually went for a very early stasis. And normally I never really do that on Veigar. But if you look at his enemy, stasis is amazing against them. The Echo, you know, if Echo tries to turret dive me, I can use my ultimate. Darius, if he tries to ult me, I use the stasis. If Xayah tries to root me, stasis. If Orianna tries to ult me, stasis. And I'm sure there's another champion as well that it's good against. Stasis is just perfect here. Now we get to the mid game, by the way, and here it becomes pretty easy to get stacks. I'm just getting this turret, by the way. I can go back again if I want to. It's fine. The reason that I'm going back is I don't want to make myself stay in lane with half my HP. It's just not worth it. Yeah. What was I saying? It's going to be easier because you deal so much more damage. You can clear out massive waves very easily. Another thing Let me show you. This jungle right here, the wolves, you see that? The stones, I'm not sure what they're called. If you're walking next to them, take them. If you're in the mid-late game, take them. Because they're gonna give you 10 stacks for free. 10. It's 10 different camps. You get all the stacks for free. And you're gonna get the golden experience, of course. But whenever you can, take that jungle. You can't do it in the early game because it takes way too long to take it. But in the mid-late game, as I said, if you walk past them, just take them. Because it's gonna give you the stacks. Don't lose out on those stacks. Here you can see all you have to do as a Veigar, just like you can push out waves so easily. All you have to do is get through the early game. Here you can see the power of the stasis, by the way. I even stunned him and he's just dead, you see? Echo tried to dive me. He would have probably killed me, but I just used my stasis enchant to survive. Yeah, Darius just killed me. I couldn't really do anything about it. Like really nothing I could do though. He dived me, it's a bit of a danger. Like that's the danger of playing Veigar, right? Like if an enemy can dive you like that, you're squishy, especially if you don't have the Seraph's Embrace. So, you know, your positioning has to be very good, and your third ability contributes to good positioning as well. And what I mean with that is you need to use your third ability to make positioning easier for you. So let's say you're standing here. You can use your third ability in front of you and position behind the walls, which means the enemies just can't get to you. They have to go through your third ability. But if they go through your third ability, they're going to get stunned for 2.5 seconds. So that's also not an option, which means they will not be able to get to you. You see? Like those are the things that you need to know when you play Veigar. And at this point, you can see I'm sitting at 74 stacks. You can already one-shot the squishy minions. Minion waves are no problem at all. No one is going to be able to no one is going to be able to push your turret when you're there, because you can just push out the wave very easily. Echo actually stole that one. That's pretty sad. So yeah, whenever enemies try to push you out, you can just push the minions very easily. Okay, let's see. I gotta be a little careful. I don't have the damage yet to deal with this. So you can see like 291 damage on the Darius, really not a lot, but that's because my second ability is on level 1 and I only have 77 stacks. Of course, when you get to the late game, this all changes, right? Yeah, I'm just chilling. You can see I'm just chilling. I can put my third ability down if I want to, exactly, to not allow them to get to my turret. And now I'm just nice and easily gonna clear out the mid lane and they will never ever be able to push when I'm here. Easy. It's as easy as that. Like these are all tactics that I'm giving to you guys to stop snowballing. Like you just have to get to the late game, and then it's gonna be a fiesta. So the majority of tips that I'm giving to you guys right now here is on how to delay the game, like how to make this game take longer. Another thing, by the way, because due to the recent changes, the dragons spawn a minute later, it indirectly buffs Veigar. Because you now have 1 more minute in the early game up until a major objective fight happens, which means you can get more stacks and you'll get stronger. So, you know, everything works in the favor of Veigar, and you need to abuse this champion now. He's so incredibly powerful. You just have to play him correctly. And if you want to see more of my Veigar, look up HellsDevil Veigar on YouTube. And I have a few more Veigar videos. I play this champion a lot because I love him and I see the potential of Veigar. Like, look, my third ability is on a pretty low cooldown. I was ready to use my flash tag because if they dive me, I'm just gonna flash away. Look at this, look at this, look at this. They're all sitting in my event horizon right there. But really not much that I can do. You can see, like in a fight like this, we're just still too early on in this game. It's just really hard for me to provide enough value. Let's see. I can use my third ability here. Oh, that's a big one. Oh. Ooh, look at that. Second ability. Boom. Quadra kill. Where's the penta? This guy's the penta. I have to stasis. No, my penta, no. Why? Why would you take the penta? It's a Veigar pentakill, man. Oh god. Yeah, you're seeing close right here. But I was pretty much crying my ass off on the couch and smashing the couch because I didn't get my penta. I was trying to act cool in the game right here, you know, like, close. It was a close one. But meanwhile, I was like smashing my couch, like, why didn't I get it? But yeah. But that was perfect. And another lesson that you can take from that team fight is Veigar works very well with CC champions. My Rakan had a beautiful engage, which meant I could hit my second ability and my first ability for free, which got me 2 kills for free. So when you have these types of champions that have good CC, also Leona for example, Camille is also really good because of her ultimate. These types of champions, Malphite, you know what I mean, right? Like the types of champions that have good CC or Morgana, they work very well with Veigar. Like in this draft, again, the reason that I picked Veigar, first of all, the enemies can't really easily kill me. They don't have major assassins. Secondly, we have the Rakan. We have Jarvan with his ultimate, and we have Camille with her ultimate. This is quite literally the perfect Veigar draft. The perfect draft. Like, it doesn't really get any better than this. You're never gonna see anything better than this. So those are things that you have to keep in mind when you play Veigar, right? Like not only the enemy team, also look at your team, right? Like look at your team. What does your team have? Can you pick? Does Veigar work well with it? Yes or no? And in this scenario, yes, you could see it right there. Like, sure, I got the near pentakill, but my team did so much in the team fight. The Rakan had such a beautiful engage. The Camille had such a beautiful ultimate, right? Like the Jarvan had such a beautiful engage. Everyone did their part. Here you can see this jungle that I'm talking about, by the way. This is the jungle that gives you 10 stacks for free. You can see how fast it is. I was just passing by. I'm not gonna leave it. I'm just gonna take it because it's 10 stacks, which means 10 ability power. And if you get a Rebel's Death Cap, it's 14 ability power, which is the same value as Brutal. So you're essentially getting the same value as Brutal gives you in just a few seconds, because it only takes you like 20 seconds to clear out that entire jungle. That's crazy. That's crazy value. You always need to do that. So in this game, I'm going for an Infinity Orb because the enemy is very squishy. They don't have any tank except for Darius, but who cares about Darius? Like, I can just one-shot everyone else, so yeah, I'm going for the Infinity Orb team. So as I said, third item is either going to be an Infinity Orb or a Void Staff. Void Staff against tanks, tanks who have magic resist. Infinity Orb if you're up against the squishies. And like, Veigar also feels so much smoother now. Oh, he's just that. He's just that. He's just that. This is what I mean. Echo from 30% HP is just that. He can't even survive my second ability. It's crazy. Wow. Now you can see I'm just annoying them. Like, look at that. My first ability dealt 630 damage to that guy. Woo. I could kill her. I could use my first ability plus flash and then ignite an ult. That would kill her. Ah, he's dead. Yep, he's dead. I didn't even have to use my ultimate. I was just not quite sure how much damage I really had here, but I just used ult to make sure. Better safe than sorry. That's what I like to say with Veigar. If you're not sure, just use your ultimate to finish off that one enemy, because I've had it happen where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill him anyways. I don't need to use my ultimate, and then that one enemy survives, which is of course really bad. It's much better to just secure a kill and whatever, use your ultimate, it's okay. In the late game, the ultimate cooldown is super low anyways. Like when you reach level 13, I believe the ultimate cooldown is going to be like 45 seconds or something, which is so low. Like you'll be able to use it in the next fight very easily. So, this guy's crazy. He tried to re-engage there in a 1 versus 2. No, he's taking my farm, my stacks. Look at this, look at this. I can flash first. I would have flashed on her if Janna was not here, just so you guys know. I would have actually done the flash. Somehow Xayah is level 14 and I'm level 13. You can clearly see this game is not over. This Xayah is super powerful. Oh my god, there you can see the damage. I'm ready with my ult, guys. I'm ready with my ult on the Xayah. I'm just flashing here to make sure. Yet again, better safe than sorry with Veigar. You really don't want to be caught in a sorry space where like the enemy just catches you and then you do a late flash and you die. Anyways, let's see. Janna gets caught. She should be dead. Yep, she's dead. Again, very likely I didn't need my ultimate, but better safe than sorry. You see what I mean? Better safe than sorry. Oh my god. I'm legendary. I need to stasis. Perfect stasis right there. I made him waste his third ability on me. Oh, I hit both of them. They're both 1 HP. But I can't. Because it's so hard for me to hit them. Oh, they should have both died. That would have been such a clean one. If only I had a few more stacks. Oh. He should be dead. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't get the assist anymore, unfortunately, because it took too long for him to kill him. But yeah. I got my void staff, guys. This is where the real fun happens. When you get Veigar to 4 or 5 items, you'll essentially be able to you can nearly one-shot a squishy enemy with just your ultimate. Oh, he's dead. I can ult him, but this time I didn't ult him. But here you can see I was sorry. So at the end of the day, I still had to ult him. You see, like there I thought I could kill him without my ultimate. This is what I mean, right? Like clearly it was an easy kill. But then suddenly Janna comes to the rescue and she didn't die. You see what I mean? This is what I mean with better safe than sorry, because you just never know. You know, like let's say the enemy is at 1 HP, you don't want to use your ultimate, you just want to ignite. No, just use that ultimate, because let's say the enemy Lulu suddenly ults that enemy. And if you used your ultimate, you would have killed him. But if without your ultimate, the Lulu ult is gonna save that enemy. There you saw it firsthand. The Janna saved Xayah. But because I still used my ultimate, I killed her. Oh, he's gonna hook me over the wall. He's dead though. Oh, never mind, I didn't catch him. This is a good situation regardless. Like, when you're fighting at the dragon pit like this, boom, look at that damage. I just nearly killed him from like 80% health. And it's the Darius. What was I saying? Oh, Veigar is really good if the enemy is trying to take the dragon or the baron and you just wait behind the wall. And all you do is use your abilities behind the wall. Especially your third ability and your second ability are super powerful. Look at that stun duration, by the way, by the event horizon. Xayah is like perma stunned. It's crazy. So, and also another thing, Veigar is one of the best champions to steal away dragons, elder dragons, and barons. When you're in the situation that I'm in right now, which is the late game, basically when you've built the Rabadon's Death Cap and got to the later stages of the game, you outsmite anyone. Believe it or not, Veigar outsmites anyone. My smite, like my second ability and first ability total, deal like 3000 damage to the baron and the dragon. 3000. Oh, they're all just, yeah, 3000 damage. I can ult him. Look, I want to ult Xayah. I can just flash ult her. Look, Xayah. I'm only paying attention to Xayah. Flash ult. Boom. Janna third ability doesn't matter. All of it doesn't matter. As long as she's at 35% health, I am gonna one-shot her with my ultimate. Nothing else matters. And if they would catch me, I can use stasis here, but I'm dead anyways. It's fine. Like, 2 of them here to kill me, it's okay. Because my team is cleaning up the other side. It's fine. I have 1004 AP, by the way. Without the Baron. 1004 AP. That's a lot of AP, guys. That's a lot of damage that I'm going to be dealing. 1004. Woo! Those are some crazy numbers that you're never going to see on any other champion. They should really go back here. If they die, the enemy could get Baron and still win the game. Because sure, Veigar can push out waves pretty fast, but Baron minions are built different. It really doesn't matter how much wave clear you have, but Baron minions are gonna suck. Rakan is just getting this Rift Scuttler. It's taking him ages. But now I got the... what is the item called? God, I keep thinking of this Vainglory item, Celestial Shroud, but this is not Celestial Shroud, this is... I forgot the name of this item. The item that gives me the shield. Now I'm practically unkillable. Like, if the enemies try to catch me or anything, the shield is gonna save me as well. Another quick tip that I have for you, your second ability gives you vision. So, if you want to have quick vision in a bush or something, just use your second ability. Look at that. Use your second ability in the bush and you'll have vision. If you want to see if the enemy is doing Baron, use your second ability. It always gives you vision. Just use it. So those are also things that are good about Veigar. Oh. Oof. If he didn't do that, I would have gotten him to like 10% health. Ah, she should be dead. 2,700 damage with my second and first ability. 2,700. He's dead, he's dead, he's dead. I didn't even have to ult him. But whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Oh my god, I just one-shot the Oriana. I dealt 2,700 damage. Oh my god. How crazy is Veigar, guys? This champion is just too much. Let's see how much damage I did and everything like that. How much LP did I have here? Oh, now I'm actually closer to 600 LP. Of course, I got MVP in this game. I dealt 44,000 damage. Surprisingly, the enemy Xayah dealt more damage than me, by the way, just so you guys know. But it doesn't matter, because I was Veigar. I'll one-shot her anyways. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all. Why did I do that? In the next Valorant video. Bye-bye.